So I have this wonderful napkin. Did you guys think we were going to get through a season without me playing with a napkin? We know we weren't going to get through that, didn't we? Okay, so I have my little water thingy thing. Getting some water nibs out of that. I'm just going to go, I only want the one panel. I try not to take the cardinal's head off and try not to disrupt the other images too much because I don't know, if you're new to my channel, you won't know that I'm actually saving for a cardinal and poinsettia journal. So I collect as much cardinal poinsettia stuff as I can possibly find. I love them. And this has that rough edge on it. So maybe I'll just take this center panel for right now, just for, I don't know that it's not going to matter. I don't know why I'm doing that because I'm going to have to trim it once I get it on a cardstock base anyway. So anyway, so you can see that I used water and that just gives me the rough edge around the edge. Oh, gives me the rough edge. And so that way, when I decoupage this or I glue it down, it is going to disappear into whatever I put it on a little bit better than having the harsh edges. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is get a piece of music paper. Are you surprised? Were you like, she's totally going to go get a sheet of music? Yes, she is going to get a sheet of music. And, ooh, look at that pretty ribbon. Maybe I won't use this on this page. No, I like it. We're doing it. Okay. So get a piece of music paper and I'm going to put this down on a piece of music paper and then I'll back that probably with just some plain cardstock. Make sure you're only doing one layer, otherwise you run the risk of more air getting into it. So we'll get this glued down, get it on a piece of music, get it on a piece of cardstock. So that's going to make a really pretty tag. I don't know yet what we're going to do for a pocket. And I think I want to do something. Ooh, maybe just like a belly band. Put that on there. Maybe I need to flip this over and not use the poinsettia today. Not use the mica. And save that mica for another day. Can you believe I'm going to say I'm not sure that I'm feeling the sparkles today? It's okay. I'm allowed to change my mind as long as I don't change my order and I'm working in order, right? Right? Does that sound right? I think it sounds right. Okay. And then if that's the case, I really could just put that straight on there. Just make a decorative piece. Where's my one? This one. Yeah. We're doing it. I'm not making it a tag. I'm just decorating a page. That's what we're going to do. So let me get my glue, my silicone spatula, and I will be right back. So I have just my Liquitex matte medium. This just decanted into this container. Most of you already know that, but again, we've been growing so much. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support and just being here with me and understanding that, just understanding where I am in my headspace. And I appreciate your grace for yesterday's video and what a mess that was. What a mess this one's apparently going to be. But anyway, we'll get through this. It's just tough. Our oldest son called today for a well check to see how we're doing. And I think I was already emotional. Like I said, I was up last night. And, not going to cry. Anyway, yeah. So, RV news. We are still waiting. Mind you, it's been a month now. Tomorrow is a month. Is this day 6? This is going to air day 7. So, when this airs, it will be a month since the incident. And we still don't even have the... I gotta be nice and watch my language. We still don't even have the estimates back for the repairs. Like, it's so stupid. The bureaucracy involved in this is absolutely ridiculous. And I said, I don't know what people do who live in their motorhomes full time. I mean, thank God we had our home to come back to. But what if we didn't? Like, what if we lived in our RV full time? What would we do? I mean, I just think it's completely unacceptable. The delay. I mean, we're a month into this and we don't even have a list of everything that has to be repaired yet. I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to have somebody like, oh, you got YouTube as social media and you said something you shouldn't have said, blah, blah. But just know that the level of frustration is through the roof. Our son was like, are you ready for me to buy you a plane ticket to come visit yet? You and the cat. I mean, they're so sweet. They said they'll get somebody to take their dogs for a week so we can come out and bring the cat with us so we don't have to leave her, which is just such a generous offer that we will take them up on at some point. So I'm going to dry this now with my heat tool. Make sure it's good and dry. So I want to point out here, like you can still see white right here. So that means we need just a little bit more glue to make sure that that napkin is adhered the way that we want it. Just to saturate it. And if you're new to decoupage, know that once you get your napkin wet, it becomes really fragile. So you have to be very, very careful with it. You'll tear it. In some projects, I don't mind, but in this project, I do. I really want this to have a nice finish, and we're going to bring this image to life. Anybody want to take bets on what I'm going to use to do this? Any takers? Come on. We all know me by now. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? All right, I'm going to finish drying it. I apologize for getting emotional. I try not to do that in my videos. Sometimes, you know, when I'm kind of giving you updates or telling you what's going on, it creeps up and I struggle with keeping it tapped down. So if you're new to my channel, I'll just tell you that we typically are not in Northeast Ohio for the winter. We travel. We had a 5-month trip plan. And we were in an accident that was no fault of our own. And anyway, our motorhome got wrecked, and so that's what I'm referencing. Yeah, we were supposed to be gone for 5 months. So anyway, enough about that. Just adding a little bit of acrylic marker to this. I just wanted to add a little bit of, you know, interest in color. And it looks more pink. And this says that it is, does it have the name? True Red. True Red. But I don't know. I just struggle with the reds. I don't think that the reds are typically in the colors that they're not the right colors for me. Like, I have paint and a little, I could have just used paint instead of the marker, but I was like wanting to just be more quick about it. But it's all right, because what it's doing, it's just going to be another layer of dimension. And I know that once this dries, ooh, hi, I don't have to worry about the paint moving like I would worry if I was using like a water soluble product. So it just adds a little bit of interest to it. Just a little bit more color. I mean, this napkin's absolutely beautiful, but you can see it became more subdued when I put it on the coffee dyed paper, which is totally cool. You know, that's what we want, but I don't like that on the berries. Okay, get his little head highlighted here. And I have been seeing Mommy and Daddy. That's what I call them, Mama and Daddy Cardinal. Mr. and Mrs. and Mommy and Daddy, and I don't know which one's which, so I call them both like all the time. And oh, I forgot to look up the robin thing, because it's so interesting. Those of you who are in the UK don't have cardinals, but it sounds like you guys think that robins are visitors from heaven, where we believe that cardinals are. So I thought that was a really interesting, and it was more than just one of you who said that. And I thought, well, how cool is that? And you know, I have these markers swatched somewhere, and I don't know where that art book is that I did that in. But anyway, so I thought that was a really interesting thing, and I'll have to look up the lore on robins here, because typically, like I had said, I don't know if I said it in a video or just in a comment, like we have like a flowering crabapple tree out front, and sometimes, of course, we haven't been here the last 2 winters, so I'll be curious January, February, depending on the weather, if they come back. I remember a few years back, I looked out the window and I was like, wow, that tree is just full of robins. I mean, countless robins. It was so crazy. It was really neat, but they were eating the, eating, how about use your words, Jody? The, fruit that was on the tree still, like that hadn't fallen off the tree or whatever. So it was really interesting. But I mean, when I say countless, I mean literally there were countless birds on that tree. I was just flabbergasted because there were so many. Oh, that's pretty. And anyway, so I'm curious to see if they come back this year, and like what time of year that might be if they do. But then it's like I don't know if it's like a migratory path that they're on or what they're doing, but yeah, they come and they eat the berries off the tree and then they leave again. So that's really kind of cool. Okay, what do I want here? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play. Why not? What did I do with it? I've been rearranging, as I said in yesterday's video, and I don't know where some things are. So I had said my friend had mixed me some red mica, and so I want to use that with a little bit of paint and see what color it is, if it works on the poinsettia. So I have the gloss medium here, because this will finish clear, and I don't want a lot. I don't need a lot. Did I bring a paintbrush or a palette knife? No, I did not. Oh, I do have a paintbrush. I do have a paintbrush. I need a palette knife. Okay. I'm telling you, I gotta engage my brain today. Ooh, now this looks really cool colored. And she had sent me swatches, but it's hard to tell, like in pictures, what color these are. But she tested it, and she has this kit too. So she was like, I think this will work for you. So let's see what this does. And hopefully it'll be a good color. And I can't remember what medium she told me to mix it with. And we have a never-ending text message threads. It's like a long brainstorming episode that's forever going. And so it's hard for me to find. She told me how I could like search for words in our text messages, and that's beyond my brain capacity right now. So I'm not doing it. Oh, that's really pretty. I wonder if I add just a touch more. I don't want to add too much. I feel like deja vu. Remember when we did this with the, Oh, that's good. I'm doing that on top of crackle paste. Hopefully that won't activate that crackle paste. You're not supposed to breathe this stuff in. I can tell you that. Okay. So I'm just gonna take my little paintbrush and we're just gonna add some shimmer. And I have glacier paste. I could have just done this with glacier paste, but I wanted to do something different. You know what I don't know if I have is like a fine tipped, yeah, that crackle paste is coming up. A fine tipped brown marker. Oh, I think I do. I think I got one in that Ranger mystery box that I really was not pleased with, the last one I ordered. But then I saw they had a Christmas one and I totally missed that email, which is fine. Like, I don't need anything else right now. But anyway, so funny. The other morning I was on Amazon and I said to Mark, hey, you might want to look at this for an idea for me. So he bought it. And I know what one of my presents is. It's a Stampers Anonymous stamp set that was like a Black Friday deal. So he ordered those for me. But because I've got this new table in here and I have a kitchen cart that's was supposed to get delivered yesterday from Costco, but because of this weather, they couldn't deliver it. And so now I don't get it till next week, which I'm super bummed about because I'm going to revamp my die cutting cart. And I think that by having like the kitchen cart, it's going to be fantastic for space. For that, I won't have to keep moving my kick machines around and I can just do my die cutting right there. And then, oh, I think that's going to be pretty. I don't know how much shimmer is going to be in that, but at least the glossy part of it's going to be pretty. We'll know when it dries, I suppose. But anyway, so now I rescheduled that. So it's supposed to come next Thursday. So I'm hoping, hey, you know what? I'm going to do the berries. I'm hoping that we don't get another round of weather. Like, I was looking at the forecast this morning and, you know, we're supposed to have rain on Monday. And so hopefully that'll melt the majority of the snow that's on the ground, even though it's going to be a mess. Oh, such a wet mess. And then Tuesday's supposed to be fine. Then Wednesday is another chance of snow, which I'm supposed to have an appointment on Wednesday. So I'm hoping that it doesn't impede being able to go to my appointment again like it did the other day. So we'll have to see. We'll just have to see what happens. I don't know. I have no idea if you can see the mica or not on there because of doing it on the red, but I think it's going to be pretty. And I think we'll use the Nouveau drops for the center of the poinsettia. Yep. Ooh, and then I think probably once this is really dry, I'm going to take my sanding block over it and distress it. So it's going to be kind of weird to have a glossy bit and a distressed bit. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But we have to do that. I have the green here too, but I don't think I'm going to do the green. I think I'm going to let the green kind of stay in the background for right now. That's what I think. And I'm just using this up, getting it on there nice and thick, and we'll see what happens. Oh, that was a big mica chunk. Watch, I got all the mica in one swipe. Well, we'll see what happens. We don't know if we don't try, right? Okay. So I dried it and it's kind of cool looking. I don't typically finish things in a glossy finish, but it's really kind of cool. I did try to use like the Nouveau drops on the poinsettia. I don't like it. I'm rubbing it off. These stone drops. I'm gonna have to watch a YouTube video for how you're supposed to use these, but they're like grainy, gritty. I don't know. I'm not impressed right now, but I got them on clearance. It's fine. Okay, so there's that. Now what we need to do is come in and we need just some accent with this. And maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it now. But I was thinking, you know, I just had this ribbon here. And I want to put some ribbon around this. But maybe I want to put just a little bit of lace in here or something. I want to bring some gold accents out for sure. And so what I think I want to do is, do I have a roll of this? I don't even know where I got this, to be honest. I got a big bag of ribbon at a yard sale or a church thrift sale this summer, and there's some really fun stuff in it. But I really like that. But this is going to be in the spine, so I want to be careful and not get like too much bulk in there. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to impede our spine when we're just sewing this in. So, but I think if I do like a 1/4 inch strip in there, it'd be okay. What does that measure? Even 3/8 of an inch, I think would be okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is wired ribbon, and I just cut a strip about long enough for the edge there. I pull the wire out. Number one, it's hard on your scissors to cut through the wire, so don't use like your best scissors to cut through wired ribbon. And then it's kind of fickle, but you can get a hold of that wire and pull it out, okay? Oh, what did I need wire for? I think I need to keep that. I wanted wire for something, I just can't remember what. Because my floral wire is in the RV because I was going to make that chicken wing prize. So I didn't bring it home because we're not going to Key West. So I didn't want it taking up precious space. Oh, well, that's not going to tear. But that's a really cool effect. So I'm just going to come up and cut it about where I want it. And I'm okay with that being super distressed like that. That's kind of neat, I think. I'm just gonna pull some here. Get that frayed edge on it. Oh, I really like that. And that, oh, and I like, that's gonna kind of stick up at the top. I kind of like that. So I think we'll stick that down like that. And I'll trim that once it's down. I was thinking about finding a little thin lace to run under the edge of that and layer that. So let's see what we have that might soften that a little bit. I'll have to dig in let me see what I've got. Okay, so I've just found, this is just Dollar Tree trim. Dollar Tree trim, yeah. And it's white, so I'm just taking my brown dauber and just taking some of that bright white back. Let go. So what I was thinking is if I run a strip of the white and then I have this, I think that will be a nice layered effect and just be a really pretty edge on that. And I think I'm going to do it. I think I am. So I have to glue all the white on first because of how it has to overlap. And then I have to do the ribbon and prep all those pieces. I do want to still come in with some gold on this and work on that some. So like this, I think my gold jelly roll is going to work for, put your glasses on. Like just coming in here and just kind of highlighting the words. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just a way to add some more interest to your page. And just add a little bit more shimmer if you want. If you're good with a paint marker, which I'm not, you could do it with paint. I'm doing it with a jelly roll because that's my best chance of success for a steady hand here to do this, but you can use whatever you have. And this is not something that you have to do. You could just leave it as it is, you know. Yeah. Oh, and then I was going to say too, if you don't have the mica to add to your, you know, whatever, you can just use the gloss and that would bring out the design as well. And I may try that like on a different piece. I just am trying to play this morning and get my head out of where it is. And I apologize deeply for the lapse of emotional control. I try not to do that, and I may edit that out. I don't know yet what I'm doing. Okay, so you can see like what that does. So pretty. And I'm going to do the same with all this flourish, which isn't as, I'm not as worried about the flourish being as perfect as like the words, because this is just adding more interest to the page. So who called it? Did anybody call it in your head, like what product I was going to use? I bet you guys thought I was going to do glacier paste, didn't you? Look at me. I surprised you. I did something different. Or maybe you remembered that I had said my friend had made me this mica and I wanted to play with it. Is that it? Oh, you know what? Maybe instead of brown, I will just come in here with the gold. Is that going to stick on that gloss? Oh, now that's something I had not considered, is whether or not that would stick on the gloss. Noelle, my friend, you're a part of this. I love you. Okay, so marker. I had something. What do I do with them? I have got to get this room put back together. Okay, so we have our trims on, and these are all jagged. I love them. This one I will pull some more off that. It's a little too tall, I think. And the bottom one is too long. So I'm just going to trim that off a little bit. Not a big deal. And we're going to put this in here and see what it looks like. I have a stringy mess, I'll tell you. This ribbon made strings for days. Oh my gosh. And we need a number on here. I have that little gap there, but I can't really cover that unless I like band-aided a piece in there. Oh, can I band-aid a piece in there? I can band-aid a piece in there. Because that little gap's now driving me crazy. I liked the strings and now I don't. So just a little touch of glue. And if I line my lines up, look at that. Only you and I will know, right? Okay. So now what needs to happen is I need a small cluster with a number on it. And I'm trying to think, I want to look at my Christmas tree and see what clusters were made that either that I made or that my friend made that I've received already, and see what might work on this page. Okay, we have our day made, and of course I had to phone a friend. I was so close to not needing help on my little cluster, but I needed help. Okay, so that is done, and I have the day 7 here, and I still don't have a 6 on yesterday's make. I still have to figure that out, and I still have to fix the day 4 make and figure out how we're going to keep that in the journal. But I cannot believe how big we're getting, but it's kind of fun that we're basically, well, we're almost a third of the way through, right? So I think I may have too many pages in here for the way that this is working, but I think as we progress and the new stories come out, maybe there'll be, you know, maybe we might have a little bit more going on next week. And my 12 days of Christmas gifts are starting soon. So that was a question that I had for you guys. Do you want to see the gifts and like what I'm getting? I didn't take pictures and film everything that I gifted, but we all share photos, so I think it'll be just something that's fun. And this is day 7, and I've made it, so let's mark that off. I have to remember to mark these in the right direction. I have to refer back to the little legend I made like every single day. But anyway, so I was just curious if that was something you guys would be interested in, because we are in the home stretch to be able to start opening presents. Oops, I mean the 13th. I have something to open on the 12th, but that's not actually part of the 12 days stuff. And it tells me I have to get my behind in gear. So I'm gonna have lunch. I'm going to come back up after lunch. I'm going to focus, put my head down, and try to get the January project finished, because I think all I have left to film on that is just going to be the final flip through. So super close to being finished with that project as well, because it's got to get where it's going. And anyway, so thank you for joining me, and just thank you for the continued support during this December daily. And said it was a commitment to myself that I was going to create every day, and some days are fun and some days are not going to necessarily be Christmassy, but that spoke to me today, so that's what I used. Anyway, I hope you are working on something that makes your heart happy, and please make sure that if you are creating, that you're sharing over in the Facebook group. I have been doing a post for each day of December, and it does not have to be Christmas related. If you're creating something and it's, you know, hot pink and purple polka dots, then post it on that day so we know what you're working on and you can inspire other people. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye. Yes, I forgot again. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. It's really helping my channel grow. I really appreciate it. And of course, I wouldn't be able to have the growth without you. So a sincere, heartfelt thank you. I appreciate the continued support, the new support, all the support that's happening is just phenomenal. And thank you so much. But your comments, it gives me something to look forward to. So I really enjoy reading them. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.